Hey guys, Barry Morgenstein, America's headshot photographer, coming to you from my New York City studio. Great friend of the Dumb Show. It is now time to put down the camera because it's almost 7 p.m. and I'm gonna watch the coolest, the most real and raw show on the internet. It's on every night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the coolest guys, Matt, Olivia, Leroy, and Amy. You guys have to tune in to see it. It's gonna be something incredible every night. Check it out.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a... Join Wimkin.com, the social media platform built for free speech and true connection. No censorship, no algorithms controlling your feed, just genuine conversations and a commitment to protecting your rights. Sign up today at Wimkin.com and take back your voice. Tell them Matt and the Dumb Show sent you.
All right, looks like we're back. Sorry about that. It was just an error. No, we got word from Facebook. Everything was fine. It was just an error. It happens sometimes. It hasn't happened in years, but hopefully it doesn't happen like that again. Folks, if you have not had a chance, reshare this out. Let everyone know we're back on. It's good to have you. We're back on all channels. And we were talking about Miss Valentina in regards to setting a flamethrower to the Quran. And we will pick this up where we left off and do the podcast, and I'll splice them together so we have a full episode and show. I'm very, very sorry. We had to delete it, but at least you'll have the podcast and from here on. And so let's get into it, Liv. We were talking about this torching, and I took a little bit of issue with her wearing military fatigues. I think it sends a mixed message, you know, and civilians can wear whatever they want, but I think it's very purposeful. Yeah. And, you know, wearing an AR-15 shirt and everything else. Here's the video we're talking about in case you weren't here before we were so rudely interrupted. This is Valentina Gomez, and, you know, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lady. A little bit of a hard charger, foul-mouthed, and, you know, I think we have MTG. I think we don't need any more of her. I don't need someone like this representing. I need someone who is going to actually get things done and not be a TikTok star. Yeah. But the biggest problem I have is, once again, is that there's a lot of anti-Muslim sentiment out there, and you know what? And I'm fine with that. But I would ask that there's a lot of anti-Jewish sentiment, and I defend the Jews. And I defend Muslims, and I'm not saying that there's not a very, very, very large portion of Muslims that are completely anti-American and anti-Jew and anti-everything else. But the thing I would try to tell you is that there's 2 billion Muslims in the world. That's 1/4 of the world's population, folks. 1 in 4 people are Muslim. And if they wanted, you know, if everyone in the Muslim religion was evil, then, you know, could you imagine if they put their minds to it, what that would be like? I respect her opinion. I respect what she's doing, but I think burning the Quran is stupid.
It's a little extreme.
I just think it's stupid. It doesn't. Here's the thing. I guarantee this. She's never read the Quran. I guarantee it. And there are things in the Bible that a lot of people take issue with. There's things in Judaism that people take issue with. And every religion has a portion of it that is kind of shunned by the current state of things in the world today. And I just, unless you've been to Afghanistan, unless you've been overseas, unless you've been over the Middle East, a lot of people just don't even know any Muslims, and they assume the worst. So I'm not here to defend the Muslim religion. I'm not here to go ahead and preach that, you know, we should open our arms to everybody. What I'm saying is burning the Quran does nothing. And instead of addressing the problem, which is the radicalization of young men based upon U.S. involvement in the Middle East, which has a lot to do with it, and most people will tell you when we went to Iraq and Afghanistan twice, it created generations and that power vacuum that we're all aware of. So if you sit there and condemn Iraq and say, I don't support that war, well, then you can't necessarily support the slaughtering of 1 million Muslims, which is a drop in the bucket for how many they have. and not say that that's not going to create dissension, animosity for a lot of people in that area. Am I defending terrorists? No, I'm trying to give you a different perspective. So understanding that what she's doing isn't going to be helpful. What she's doing isn't going to change anything. Sure, it may look good and sound good. She should be a TikTok star. She'll make a lot of money. She'll show her boobs and she'll make a ton. But if you're going to run for office, I think alienating a quarter of the world's population is pretty stupid. That's just me.
It really is. It's kind of like being anti-Jew and trying to run in Florida for Congress.
She's
not
hot.
going to get very far.
She's hot. She's got that going for her.
I mean, that's the great thing about this country. You have freedom of religion, and you have got freedom to not practice another person's religion.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were talking about going to church on Saturday night, I suggested non-denominational churches because I was going to go. I didn't want to be tied down to a specific religion and the specific teachings. I just wanted to be able to go and hear the word of God. And that's it. I didn't want specifics. I didn't want, I grew up Baptist, and that's, I enjoyed when I was younger, but now I don't want to be tied down to a certain aspect and a certain set of teachings. I want us to learn at our own pace. That's just me. And that's kind of like her, it's like, okay, great. You don't like the Muslim religion and you don't like Islam. Teach it. Don't practice it. Don't go to a mosque, whatever. Don't marry a Muslim man if you don't want to, but you don't need to burn their Bible, for goodness sakes.
Yeah. And reading Fisher's comments, you're not going to piss me off. You're just making comparison contrasts that are not relevant to each other. Or you think you're the only one who has friends who were killed by IEDs? You think you have you're the only person who has friends who has no limbs? The two of my closest friends, one of them sat on my show, has no legs from an IED. So to assume that you have some sort of magical knowledge that I don't possess, yeah, you've lost friends to IEDs. That's what happens in war, and it's terrible and it sucks. But for you to blame all Muslims for that is like all Muslims blaming the U.S. for people who have no limbs from our bombs that were dropped. War sucks. And I don't think the annihilation of an entire race of people based upon their theological beliefs and their skin color and their region of the planet that they're from is okay.
If anyone has any issue with the Christians that are being persecuted in China, if you have an issue with that because they are Christians that are being persecuted, then you should have an issue with this. I mean, you just because they're Christians, just because they're Muslims, it's the shoe's on the other foot. You can't make it okay. So it's Christian and that's it. That's the only religion. Well, that's okay. We're in this country with freedom of religion. You can practice any religion that you want. This country, that was the founding fathers did not want us to have a specific religion. And we do not have a national religion that is practiced. Majority of the United States is Christian, but Christian is not the national religion. You don't have to be a Christian to practice religion in this country.
I just think this is completely a different situation. To compare this to, a multi-continent war, her burning the Quran makes no sense. And yeah, you can make that analogy that for every IED blown up, we should burn the Quran. Then what? Does that bring our brothers and sisters back? Does it somehow make us feel better? Should we take innocent people and just blow them up the same? I don't know, man. Our woman, I don't even know who the hell that is. I don't have the same feeling that you do. Now, you may have seen things that make you hate them more than I do, and that is absolutely possible. But even some of the most injured and debilitated veterans that I know and I've worked with, and I've worked with thousands, is that there is a respect for the people of these countries that I haven't heard that misnomer that they should all be summarily ended because of the threat of Sharia law coming to the United States. And I understand and I get it that there are pockets that are trying for that, but I don't know if you've seen in Texas, but it's getting struck down. And yes, we know what happened in Somalia, That's what happens when you dump a large scale of people into a country, including 21 million illegal immigrants. And that's why we should want to stop it. But I don't have any problem with legal immigrants. I don't have any problem with legal. We have Afghanis who are in our state and that have relocated here after what happened in Afghanistan. And I don't agree with the way that they were brought in here. 72,000 of them were dumped in Virginia. I don't think that's okay. They need to be vetted. They need to go through the processes. And I understand the very real threat of bringing in military-age males who are Muslim. Yes, I'm not naive to that. But burning the Quran doesn't fix that. Educate,
pisses them off even more. Right.
Educate them. You know what I mean? Educate them on why there are parts of the Quran that call for the eradication of the infidel. And, you know, that's my thought. Folks, we lost our first hour. And in that,
Utah. Thank you. Love you guys. And thanks for all that you do. Happy 23rd anniversary. Thank you very much.
Oh, we needed it.
Utah.
Thank you so much,
it.
Utah. So $15. Yeah, slow night tonight. We need all the help we can get because we lost our first hour. No, and listen, Fisher, I'm not saying that you're calling for that. And I respect and understand your anger. I completely
Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bobby. We love you too. Very, very much. Thank you, Bobby, for helping out. I completely understand your anger. And let me be clear. Every single Muslim terrorist on this planet should be eradicated from the earth. You and I agree. Anyone who made IEDs or put IEDs in harm's way of our people, those people should be hunted down and summarily ended. I'm down. However, I think lumping 2 billion people into one group because it has horrible pockets that are a travesty. But if you take a look at the actual terrorists and how many known terrorists there are on the planet, it is a simple micro fraction of the amount of Muslims who are here on the planet. 2 billion is a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just Sandra, close out Facebook and re-up.
It's having issues. So just so everyone knows, I couldn't get into it the normal way I do. I refreshed it at least 6 times. And then all of a sudden the profile pic was circled in red, and I clicked the profile pic and I'm in. But it took a lot of refreshing.
And folks, we have other channels. We have Wimkin, we have Rumble, we have YouTube, we have Twitter. If Facebook is having problems, you just got to move over. That's why we tell you to follow us on multiple channels. So Fisher, I'm sorry, I don't even know your first name. That's why I get frustrated, because it's like, I've talked to you before. Can you just tell me your name so I can at least call you by your first name? But I understand what you're saying. I hear you. I'm not naive to it. I understand it. But once again, what she's doing is not, she's calling for the eradication of all Muslims. That's a little much, don't you think? I don't know if we need that in our party. I'm sorry. I just don't.
We don't like it in the Democratic Party. So I don't like it in our own party either.
I just think that there is a very ignorant level of people in this country sometimes, and they don't understand their own hypocrisy. What does it say? Justin,
that's
cool.
Right. He did tell us that one time.
I didn't remember.
It's been a long time. I didn't
read
remember either.
Read his paragraph.
My best friend was committed to a mental hospital after his 3rd tour. He was my brother. I don't know if I even blame them anymore, to be honest. I kind of blame our government for it in more ways.
Yeah, that's a better place to put the blame, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, you saw the things over there, and I witnessed from afar the things from there. And just because I wasn't in country or in a fob, it doesn't mean that we weren't sending packages over there and doing strike packages over there. I understand where you're coming from, but there was no reason to be there to begin with. You know what I mean? I think Afghanistan, and it's such a horrible shame how many veterans have to swallow that bitter pill that we left it exactly the way that we supposedly went there to spread freedom and democracy and stop global terrorism, when that's not why we were there. That's all. Extremists on either side is no good.
He said he didn't firsthand.
Oh, well, then that's okay. because it's not like we don't have brothers and sisters who've been through it, and the stories we've heard and we've talked to. Like I said, I don't know how to put it any better than the following: is that I know good Christians, I know bad Christians, I know good black people, I know bad black people, I know great white people, I know horrible white people, I know good Muslims and bad Muslims, I know decent Mormons and shitty Mormons. I don't castigate aspersions on entire groups of people. I just don't do it.
I don't make my mind up about how I feel about a group of people based on one person from that group.
Yeah, but Christian people aren't blowing up people. Really? How many metric tons of bombs did we drop on Baghdad? Somalia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Libya, Syria, Iran, Egypt, the Congo, Ethiopia. Do you want me to go on? Vietnam, Korea, Japan, Germany, Italy, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, former Yugoslavia, Ukraine at one point. So to say that Christians aren't blowing people up, I think that's a very incorrect statement.
Yeah.
Melanie says, let me ask this. If a foreign country's military invaded USA, would we the people not do the same? I think we would. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. If Russia invaded the United States, you don't think we would Red Dawn that son of a bitch? You don't think we'd put IEDs in the ground? I would. You don't think I would snipe them from 700 yards away and take out the light blue berets? Because that's what I would go for. I'd take out the officers. I think it's important to understand is that you can be a patriot and question the way that the U.S. government has acted in supposedly our best interest. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it makes you an anti-American to question the way we've done things, and that it's created some animosity towards the United States. I support some of the conflicts we've been in because they've been necessary.
To think that all Muslims are bad is acting the same way that they are, because they think they think we're the infidel and they don't like
terrorists.
us.
Not all Muslims
Not
believe
all
that.
Muslims,
A lot of Muslims respect Jesus Christ. They respect Christians. It's the extremists who don't differentiate between anyone who is not Muslim and the rest of the world. I think it's very important for people to understand that. And if you read the Quran, there are portions of it that are absolutely overboard and completely call for the eradication of the infidel. But if you read the Talmud, that's pretty negative towards Christians, don't you think? If you read the Old Testament, that's pretty severe. Stoning your mother, planting crops side by side, killing your brother, selling your children into slavery, touching the skin of an undead thing on the Sabbath is a stoning offense. Folks, the Bible is full of contradictions, and more importantly, it's full of deeds that we have shed from us. And a lot of us have said, we don't follow that anymore. We don't really follow the Old Testament. That was following the old, Talmudic teachings and Judaist teachings, and we're not okay with that. And the New Testament is a gentler, kinder, nicer God. The Catholic Church, for God's sakes, they didn't allow black people in their church. They supported slavery at one point. Look what they did to children. Look at what excommunication did to the married couples. look what they do now with the LGBTQ community, where they're openly at a Pope accepting. Religions change to the times, because if they were constantly medieval and barbaric to the people, nobody would practice. But isn't it amazing that when the Bible does teach certain things, in the past, it's always corrupted by man, and it's always used as a power tool to control people. And that's not the word of God. Christianity is a religion of love and accepting of one's neighbor, and always trying to propel you and others forward. It's the only religion that I'm aware of that is completely based on love. So I just think, I think burning the Quran, if someone was to burn our Bible, if someone was to light a cross on fire or kill Christians or do horrendous things, we would be upset. And I think it's okay to feel the same. That's all. So here's the deal. Matt Demo says, I was going to stay quiet, but there are good parts. For an example, Muslims around the world are turning to Christianity. That's a fact. Muslims around the world claim to have the same dreams of Jesus and turn Christians in the name of Jesus. And then you've got the radical Muslims who want Sharia law, who want to cut your head off. Right. Yeah, it's absolutely true. And like I said, a lot of Muslim religion and people in it recognize Jesus and recognize Christianity. And a lot of the people who are anti-Semitic refer to the Talmud, which says that Jesus is living in his own excrement in hell for eternity. Well, that's not what the Jews think. Just because they don't practice and say Christ is king, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are anti-Jew, because there were writings and there were rabbis who believed a certain thing at one point and put it in scripture and fed it to the masses. It doesn't mean that I have met hundreds of Jews, thousands of Jews. I've never had a Jew ever tell me that, Jesus Christ is an abomination and Jesus Christ is floating in hell in his own excrement. Come on. There are groups Hasidic Jews who I don't associate with because their beliefs are completely out of fucking normal. Just like Opus Dei is the same way with Catholics. Just like I'm not okay with Latter-day Saints. I think they're a little off. Just saying. That's just maybe that's just me. So that's it. Okay. We good enough? We got it? All right, good. Praise Allah. Just kidding.
Thank you, Angela. Appreciate it. Thanks for another great show.
No problem. I'm sorry that we
appreciate it.
We lost it.
Sorry we lost it. So, all right, we need $212 left to meet goal.
$212. Well, $12.
Yeah,
$212. Yeah.
$212. I can do math.
No, you can. You're doing great.
Just takes me a while.
Yeah. So listen. Believe what you want to believe. Do what you want to do. Don't burn other people's religious paraphernalia, right? I don't think anyone would be okay with an effigy or a statue of Jesus being burned. I don't think anyone would be okay with that. I don't think anyone would be okay with Christian Bibles. Remember when the left, they took the trailer full of Bibles, and I can't remember the pastor, and they lit them on fire, and they were going to deliver them to schools and stuff, and then they lit them on fire. That's not okay. That shit's not okay at all. Okay. This is child abuse. I don't care. I have no problem saying it. These kids have no chance. Zero. And if I get struck for this song, I'm going to be so upset. Here it is.
Hey, y'all crazy. My kids are
Hell no. JJ either drunk some shit or what, because she too into the music.
That's child abuse. And this isn't culture. It's not culture.
Mm-mm.
We're supposed to protect our children and educate them and teach them how to become a part of society, not be a degenerate in the society. Listen, Matt, that's racist. What if it was white people?
If it was white people, I'd say the same exact thing.
Same exact same thing in the same exact tone. Like
It
Honey
just-
Boo Boo. Like that shit.
Horrible.
That
I
chick.
mean, they're like 4 and 5 years old. Really, would you want your own child out there flipping people off and listening to that kind of music? No. I mean, to each his own. But this is horrible. These kids are going to grow up, and these are the kids that grow up thinking that they're shit hot and nothing will ever happen to them, and they bully the other kids. And
Yeah.
this is just, it's not cool to be brought up that way, and it's not cool.
Do you think that this culture is going to be able to figure it out and learn?
I would hope. I really would hope. I mean, all you can do is hope. So, but
Yeah.
Thomas Austin, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Thomas. That means a great deal. And I'm so sorry to hear about your brother, man. I hope you're doing okay. And if anyone wanted to call and talk about this, please do. Be sober and let's have a conversation. And was it Christina who called?
It was Christine Clark and then Joseph Hillstrom. Sorry, you guys, we had to cut you off.
Yeah, we had to
because
cut you
were
off,
trying to figure
yeah.
out what was going on with Facebook. So please call back if you would like to. If you were calling to talk about something other than Facebook, please call back. We
Sherry
would greatly
Johnson, I
appreciate
don't
it.
think that message was towards me, but love you anyway. Scott Andrews, that's new.
That is new. Love the content of your show.
Thank you, Scotty. We
Thank you
appreciate you,
very
man.
much.
That means a lot.
Appreciate
We're
it.
trying to grow. Trying to be.
It's all because I'm here tonight. I'm not here normally
Can
on
I just
Tuesdays.
say you look just amazing again.
Thank you.
This whole you dressing up thing is just working for me.
Since you told me and gave me the credit card, so go get some new clothes.
Go get
I am done wearing
I'm so proud
stretch
of you.
pants and
So-
biker shorts
so
and
proud of
stand
you.
up t-shirts everywhere I go. I'm
You're
even
too
dressing
beautiful
up more
not to
for
dress
work.
up. And I don't know what that phase was, but I'm so glad you're out of it. You just seem happier.
It was the stay-at-home mom phase, and then it was the just stuck in that rut phase.
But have you
And
seen how flirtatious and stuff we've been? And that, I mean, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's great. And that's the way it should be. I mean, just because you're old, Liv, doesn't mean that we shouldn't still be intimate with each other. You know what I mean?
You're 6 years older than me.
Yeah, but men age like
I'm
fine
not
wine.
even-
You
I'm
guys
not
find
even
like
50
you
yet.
guys age like cottage cheese.
I'm not. Oh, gross.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm not.
It wasn't funny.
I'm not even 50.
Hey, I got some good news. You want to hear the good news? Ladies and gentlemen, back is the original Cracker Barrel logo. Cracker Barrel, just after 9 days, has decided to bring back the Uncle Cracker in Cracker Barrel. I thought everything was going fine. I thought the CEO said people were so, like
Super. Never heard any negative about it. Super excited. Oh my
super.
gosh.
Well, they just
super.
changed the logo, so
Yeah,
go
all
figure.
the backlash.
Fisher from Rebel donated $1. That's not bad parenting. That's just kids having kids with no guidance because the fathers were forced out of the house. That's bad parenting.
That's bad. That's
You just
absolutely-
mentioned bad parenting. I
That
mean,
is
it's
absolutely
horrible.
bad parenting.
It is.
Just because
Thanks for the buck.
you had a crappy childhood or your father wasn't there doesn't mean you have to raise your kids the same way. Doesn't every child grow up and say, okay, when I become a parent, I'm going to make sure my kids have it better than I did.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be.
We all breathe the same air. We hope for the same things for our kids. That Boston accent that he has.
Who?
Kennedy. We all breathe the same air.
Yep.
I have a dream that little white children and little black children will walk down the street together. Charlie Kirk is melting down over Taylor Swift. Can you people just be happy?
Why?
What can she do? Is there anything that Taylor Swift can
Why-
do to not
why
earn
is-
your ire? Why do you guys hate her so much? Like, I don't like Taylor Swift. I think she's a money hungry, completely a false human being. Gregory Harrison, $5.55. Wonderful to see Olivia's face tonight. Nice to see Matt's ugly mug. Yep. Enjoying the show. Everyone donate for Overdrive tonight. I agree. We have to have Overdrive tonight. We missed half the show because of Facebook. We got to hit this thing. So let's keep going. You guys are doing a great job so
we
far.
need to do the commercial after we do this.
Okay. So listen, let's be honest. Okay. I don't love Taylor Swift. I like her music. I think she has some great songs. My daughter absolutely adores her. I don't care about Travis Kelce and I don't care about Taylor Swift. I just don't care. What happens to them means nothing. I think she has done a good job trying to fight Ticketmaster. I think she tries to give back to her fans. I don't have any issue. A lot of people are like, oh, she's a witch. Oh, come on, people. I did that episode. She did a song for the TV series Willow, which, I hate to say it, she's a witch, Harry. They have wizards and witches in Willow. You understand that. So she recreated a scene from the movie Willow. And they're like, oh, she's a satanic priestess. People just relax.
You know, you
guys remind me of my mom.
Enjoy the music of a musician or movies or TV shows without caring about what the person does in their own personal time. Great. Glad she's happy. I mean, whoopee-doo. I don't care. People love to hate on her because she is the richest female musician ever.
Yeah.
And that's why people love to hate on her.
You think so?
Yeah, I really do. Because people hate when they're jealous.
All right. So, okay. All right. Joseph Hillstrom. Really? Okay. So you guys, I'm going to say it. Rob and Joseph, I'm going to come at you a little bit. Okay. I love you both. Please call in if you want to. Please name the song that has satanic lyrics from Taylor Swift. Please name the song. What album is it on? Which era of Swift is it? Please educate me. So Joseph Hillstrom, I'm waiting to hear it. Barry Morgenstein says Taylor Swift is no Muddy Waters. I'll give you Muddy Waters, you sexy beast.
I'm going to text you later.
Barry, we need you to come on the show this week. So suck it up. I don't care that you worked hard this weekend. You need to come in. What, Rob and Joseph, just tell me what song. I know Taylor Swift is there. She's not CCR. She's not Hendrix. She's not the Stones. I get that. Okay. I get it. But I am trying to understand what songs have satanic lyrics and worship. Just tell me. Name the song. If you're upset about it, that means you know. So just help me out. Call in. Joseph, you can call in. Rob, you can call in. 276-200-2105. Matt, you have to play the album backwards. Thomas Austin. That was good.
I just texted Hayden. She's probably coming in here, and let's count it. 10, 9, 8.
Okay.
7.
I dislike her because she opens her mouth and tries to influence her young fans. Fair enough. That's great.
That's a good reason to not like her.
I absolutely couldn't care less how rich. I don't feel like the message that she puts across. What's the message? I want specific examples of Satan. Listen, does she flaunt sexuality? Yes. Are her topics inappropriate for young girls? Yes. Is she a nutter? Yeah. Is she the only person on the planet who should never give relationship advice? I understand all that. Everything you're saying, I agree with. And I think she's greedy. And I think she's an attention whore. Okay? You got to remember, I was inside Apple when she walked out and de-licensed her music from Apple on a satellite call with Jay-Z. Okay? Now, I wasn't on there with Jay-Z, but I'm just like, yeah, it's Jay-Z. So they were on a call, and all the store leaders were in the same office and are in the same auditorium. And she left, and she pulled her music from Apple. I don't like Taylor Swift as far as her business savvy. I don't like her personal ethics, right? But I'm just trying to understand what part is satanic in her songs. Just give me an example. We have Yanira Ocasio on here. What's going on?
Matt, this is Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Okay, hi, Justin.
So it wasn't the song. There was a video of her and her friend doing satanic hand signals in the box seat at one of those games.
I saw those. Is this like when all white people were doing this OK symbol that was white power in the left?
No, it wasn't an OK symbol.
I know. But do you remember, Justin, when they said that about us?
Oh, yeah.
That anytime we did this, it was white power?
Wasn't that?
No, it was everybody who did this was a white power advocate. And I saw the hand. Listen, I think that if you take a still photo that shoots at 30 frames a second, and you've seen cameras now. Now, Barry's on the phone. He'll tell us how fast these cameras, but I know there's cameras out there that can shoot 6, 7, 10 frames in a second or more. you're going to see things that you don't like, but she doesn't write satanic music. And
no, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I think that they all friggin' are satanic worshipers in some sort of way. But that's just my personal opinion.
Well, I think the cabal is wacky, and I'm not going to lie about that. A lot of Hollywood stars do some really weird shit, and I'm not going to disagree. But the video that she supposedly did that was satanic literally was a recreation of the TV series that she did a song for Willow. And people don't research those things. I'm just saying this. Not everything you don't like is child sacrifice and people who drink the blood of children and adrenochrome. I just don't.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay, good. I'm glad we agree, Justin. What else you want to talk about, man?
No, that was it.
All right. Well,
I
appreciate
just
you.
figured I'd give a call.
I appreciate you calling in. That means a lot to me, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye, Justin.
Hey,
All
be
right.
good, guys.
See you, Justin. Bye. I like Justin, and I appreciate you calling in. And thanks for calling in from Rumble. Listen, I'm not telling you to go and buy Taylor Swift's music. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we give people life who we constantly talk about. Rob Jackson says, when her friend thanked God when she received an award, she shook her head no and was very upset and stopped clapping. But we don't know what happened there. You know what I'm saying? Perception is reality. And yes, there might be some things, some anecdotal signs that make us go, but there is nothing that makes you believe that she's a Satan worshiper. Maybe she just doesn't believe in God. That doesn't make her a Satan worshiper. I just want you to understand.
Barry's comment. If you play a Taylor Swift song backwards, it says, I buried Paul.
Barry Morgenstein. You better come on. Did he say yes?
I haven't texted him.
All right. Here is Charlie Kirk's thing. Listen, I don't care. I'm going to stick to that. I really don't care. I mean, I make fun of Taylor Swift constantly, and my daughter hates me for it. I don't know why I'm defending her. I'm not. I'm just telling you, this marriage, let her be happy. What if they're married for 70 years, right?
You want to know why? Because people want the next breakup song a breakup album, because breakup albums are the best. Although her breakup album was not the best, so...
No, God, I saw half of that crap was in
it was, her latest one was not the best. She needs
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
Not that one.
Oh, I hate that song.
That wasn't not that album. That
okay,
actually,
this is not a Taylor. This is
really
not a
album.
Swiftie podcast. We're stopping now. We're showing Charlie Kirk. We're moving on.
But maybe one of the reasons why Taylor Swift has been so just kind of annoyingly liberal over the last couple of years is that she's not yet married and she doesn't have children. I say this non-sarcastically. I say this as a husband and a father. Having children changes you.
Yes.
Getting married changes you.
Yes. Amen.
And I hope that America's biggest pop star marrying the pharmaceutical spokesperson ends up conservatizing them. Taylor Swift might de-radicalize herself. She might come back down to reality. I want them to have lots of children.
Yep.
It teaches you something about yourself.
I completely
Deep
agree.
down, I think Taylor Swift actually was raised as a conservative that has gotten kind of caught up in this metropolitan liberal stuff, and she doesn't quite have an attachment to the conservative backbone that she was raised in, but this might reattach her in the...
She didn't frickin' say anything about Toby Keith, who found her, who put her on the map. She doesn't recognize her country roots. I believe she's fake. And I don't like her for that. And Charlie is this is what I wish for her. I wish marriage. I wish love. We should bless our fellow human beings.
Wish anyone to be miserable.
This is the Christian way, is it not? Shouldn't we wish her children and family and love? And maybe this will de-radicalize her. I couldn't agree with Kirk more. I mean, I'm absolutely in his camp on this,
Best possible way. And I'm not saying this sarcastically. I've seen this happen time and time again. When people start to get married and have children, it starts to change your politics. It starts to clarify your worldview. And for Taylor Swift, who obviously is very popular and incredibly supported.
Thank you.
Taylor,
he almost said talented. She's okay. She's an entertainer. I will give her that. Her concerts are amazing. I have been to thousands, I can say it, thousands of concerts. And I got to see her concert in HD with my daughter, just walking by and stuff. She puts on a show. She puts on an amazing show. It's just like Michael Jackson put on an amazing show. Celine Dion puts on an amazing show. Def Leppard is about to put on an amazing show for us this weekend. But I agree that she's an entertainer. I don't know if she is a world-class talent.
Taylor Swift might go from a cat lady to a JD Vance supporter. And I think we should celebrate that. I think that Taylor Swift having 2 or 3 children, she should have more children than she has houses. That is my challenge.
Tiffany Gibbons said it best. I don't have to have a reason. I just cannot stand the bitch. Right.
There you go.
Welcome to America. Just like I get to tell you, hey, you know, maybe this is a good thing for her. I'm with you, Tiffany. Your opinion is your opinion, and I respect it. Okay? I respect it.
And I'm not being sarcastic. I think that if she ends up having children, she'll stop.
Okay. Charlie, you made your point. I agree with you 120%. But for people who are saying that she lip syncs at her shows, that's not my understanding at all. She does not. No, she does not. Listen, folks, you don't have to like her. But you have to ask yourself, have you listened to any of her music? Like 1989 is a fantastic album. It really is. It is an excellent album. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I have to like her. I like Alec Baldwin movies. I think Hunt for Red October is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I can't stand that son of a bitch.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't lip sync what she actually does before her. And I understand why people think she is, because it's real hard to dance like she does and sing and still sound good. She does is 6 months before her concert, she goes on the treadmill and runs and sings the entirety of her concert.
That's what Hayden is doing
day.
Right now. She goes down, and we have her on a program. She's trying to fit into this role for Legally Blonde.
She wants to be Brooke Wyndham.
The entire score while she's on the elliptical, and she's building her wind. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. Listen, this isn't going to be a very popular show tonight. Let's see. I defended Islam and I defended Taylor Swift. Folks, I'll be right back to talk about my newfound love for abortion. And
wait, don't go. We got a donation.
Mel Lowe, $51.99. I think your lamp is running out of oil. I'll tell you when my lamp.
It is. Oh, look.
I'll tell you when my lamp is out of oil, lady.
No, I would tell you that, but yes.
We need to. Jeez, you light my fire. We'll get some oil for that. Absolutely. Folks, we have a trivia question for tonight. Olivia is going to do it verbally because I did not have time.
Yeah, it was.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this one's just it was sent in from a viewer. And it's just a fun one, has nothing to do with U.S. history. But what's the full name of E. Jean Carroll's cat? The full name of E. Jean Carroll's cat. Please text 276-200-2105 with the answer and your full name. And the first person who texts in and gets the correct answer and puts their full name in it gets a $10 donation in their name from JD Stillwell.
And no, I will not be supporting abortion. Seriously, people are like, no way. No, yeah, right. No way. Tina, I made that. Now, I didn't blow the glass.
Oh my God. So wrong.
So I got this and it was brand new and it was silver. So what I did is I distressed it. Like all the black smoke in the chimney it's paint. And the outside, I distressed it with a brown stain and black with ash. And then I distressed all the metal to make it look like an antique. So I made that. So it really does look like an antique glass, but it was all me. Amazon. And when you see the one on Amazon, you'll be like, that looks like crap. Yeah, it's amazing. I fancy myself a little bit of an artist. Folks, we'll be right back. 238.62. We got to play the commercial.
What
Trivia
is the
question.
Full name of E. Jean Carroll's cat?
Text in now, full name of E. Jean Carroll's cat, and you will be able to go ahead and get the $10 donation. We'll be right back.
Now, bonus if you can get the names of her rocks and trees that she paints.
That woman is bad shit.
Which I don't have a clue, but I guarantee she names them.
When we get back, folks, we are going to let you know why E. Jean Carroll is the most misunderstood bitch on the planet. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations, but after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's
it.
what she said.
That's what she's. Oof. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child
Good for you.
15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Told we tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm gonna punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something
There's no
honest.
but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old? Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
Better than all
Hayden,
of us.
he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm gonna owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
We actually had a really good point when it came to some of the text that had nothing to do with the actual question. But we received from Waldo, who is an Army tanker and teacher, and this is a profound statement. It's a really good point. Christians should celebrate Taylor Swift getting married because this is going to guarantee it's going to cause a marriage boom in the United States. Is that these young ladies will emulate Taylor, and when she engages in the institution of marriage and having children, there will be plenty of women who will follow suit. And this is the greatest news for the United States that we could possibly want, is a figure of this magnitude. This will have an impact on women getting married, and that's a good thing. That's a very good point. Could create a baby boom. I mean, folks, she had 3.5 million people who were she got 700,000 people to register to vote. She's an influential person. Mm-hmm. And even by sheer acceptance and admission, just by osmosis, she's going to have an impact on marriages in the United States. Let's hope it lasts. Hey, I wish her all the blessings. Seriously, I do. I wish her all the blessings, and I hope that she has a fruitful marriage and has lots of little Swifties so she can stop touring the country. Answers.
Oh.
Wimkin just died.
Wimkin died. Okay.
Okay, Wimkin's out. Jeez. Tough night. There must be DDoS attacks.
There's got to be.
Yeah. Carrie Ripley with the right answer. That is correct.
Do you know what the right answer is?
Yeah, it's right here.
Yep.
Debbie Boggs, correct answer. Jeff Oliphant, the correct answer, the best answer of the night.
Who cares?
Who cares? Good, Jeff. That is correct. Melanie Marino, that is correct. And the number one answer, who got it in first tonight, is actually, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one. And then Deborah McLaughlin, sorry.
Only half.
McLaughlin got half the name. Wait, what? Is that the full name right here?
Yes.
Okay. So Living Patriot got half the name. And the correct answer tonight is Melanie Marino. The correct answer is Liv?
Vagina T Fireball. Don't ask me. She's
That chick is so weird.
Weird.
She's really weird.
She's very weird.
She's very, very, very weird.
So thank you very much, everyone, for participating.
Do not touch American citizens.
Really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. And folks, thank you for your donations. We greatly appreciate that too. Melanie donating $10. We're at 248.62. Would love to overdrive tonight. Olivia and I want to stay a little longer, but we have to overdrive. So let's go after it. We would appreciate it. Did Trump say release the Epstein files? Well, he's already said that. He said that the DOJ can release whatever they want. Pam Bondi has said that they've released everything.
Paul Rivera.
Come on, dummies. Overdrive. Lots of little ones. We'll get it done. So I'm sure, Brian, he said it again. Moving on. There's a lot of veterans who are coming out after Trump. And I think it's fine. You get to vote whoever you want. The military is an amalgamation of different opinions. There's not a whole lot of lefties in the military. I mean, lefties. But you get to do what you want. But this, to me, this is a little cringe. I want you to watch this and tell me what you think, and then we'll circle back. Here it is. We're going to circle back.
ISOF as soon as we got here. There was two border patrol.
So
when we first showed up to Union Station today, we ran ISOF as soon as we got here. There was two border patrol cars that parked right in the middle of Union Station where they're not supposed to park, but they think they're the big bullies on the block. They parked right in the middle of Union Station. So we walked up, our group of veterans, we surrounded their cars and did this.
Dude, definitely. I think he's a pogue.
We represent 4 branches of service: Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine, all of us.
And why is the flag upside? I can't stand these fucking people. I swear to God.
Represent combat service from Bosnia to Kosovo, Desert Storm, Iraq, Afghanistan. If this country's had a conflict, we've been in it. This is a military occupation of America. We do not approve. I do not care about your political affiliation. I do not care who you voted for. We believe that the United States military should not be put on American streets to intimidate American citizens. DC does not.
Unless it's New York, Chicago, Boston, Watts, Crenshaw, East LA. Do you know how many times the U.S. military has been? They're deployed during fires. They're deployed during hurricanes. They're deployed all the time. They're deployed during Super Bowl. They're deployed during the World Series. They're deployed during the Olympics. The U.S. military is used for humanitarian efforts in the United States every day. What are you talking about?
I have a crime problem, but even in a hypothetical situation, if there was crime, it is not the military's job to conduct law enforcement activities.
Actually, in Washington, D.C., it is, and it's completely legal. If Democrat mayors and governors aren't handling the crime in their cities, the federal government has every right to protect the citizens of this country. That's the way this works. The federal government should not get involved unless the state is failing to do its most common and basic things and protecting its citizenry. When it's literally denying that the crime exists. Bro, what studies are you talking about, you fuckstick, that there's no crime in Washington, D.C.? We live here, you twat. I'm sick of these people. I can't stand them. What are you talking about, dude? There's been no deaths in 12 days. The only other time that's happened this year was between February and March, and it went 16 days, and they're pushing that record. They've made over 1,000 arrests. Crime has dropped by 24%. Carjackings have dropped by almost 40%. Muggings and robberies have dropped almost 60%. What are you talking about? Illegal immigrants, over 500 arrests have happened so far in Washington, D.C. What do you mean no crime? Because anyone who lives here knows that Olivia and I won't even take our kids down to the Smithsonian because we are so absolutely disgusted when we go down to Washington. The amount of homeless and the amount of crime that we see on the streets, and that's not even after dark. My daughter wanted to go to a concert. Who was it? Doesn't matter. We wouldn't let her go. We wouldn't let her go because it's Washington, D.C. This is insane.
On American soil. By deploying our military, not only are you intimidating American citizens, you are also undermining public confidence in our military.
In the middle of me talking, I saw them walking back. This happened.
Then you got these wannabe military, paramilitary, established to do nothing but harass American citizens, ICE agents,
kidnappers,
cosplayers, who are making it even worse. The American confidence in our law enforcement and military is at an all-time low.
And they quickly ran away.
No, they didn't. You were out there for an hour and 10 minutes, and maybe they were done with their shift, or maybe they were done with their whatever mission they had. But I seriously doubt that some fat son of a frickin' balding douche plow ginger is going to go ahead and get those people to run off. First of all, those guys would literally mop the floor with you. You didn't intimidate anybody, fatty.
They're veterans. They should know better.
Yeah, they should know better.
If they're an actual veteran, they should know better. You don't treat the flag that way. That's disrespectful.
By the way, it's not veteran. It's veteran.
Veteran.
I'm sorry. It's a personal thing. I know when people get after me with nuclear, I've changed it. I do better now, but I'm like, nuclear. And they're like, it's not nuclear, you uneducated hick. It's nuclear. Okay, fine. Excuse the out of me. I'm sorry, Liv. That was really stupid. You can say it the way you want. As long as you look like that. People also want to know how you get your hair so shiny and straight. She doesn't move out of the way. That's how.
So wrong. My hair is naturally straight, so no curl, but I use a flat iron. And I wash it regularly. I don't use product. I don't know.
Olivia is one of those people who hasn't aged since the first day I met her. She does nothing to help herself. Nothing.
I use Pantene Pro V, like the ultra moisturizing
like $7
shampoo.
bottle of shampoo. Hardly wears any makeup, and she looks.
Actually, it's 12 and 18. I upped myself a little.
Damn Trump. Damn Trump.
Is there any honor?
Oh, look at them speed off in reverse
with
their window open. Oh, the threat is palpable.
Shaking in their boots.
Oh, you went after Border Patrol paramilitary. Give me a
Kidnapping
break.
people? Is there honor in that? That's what I want to know. Is there honor?
Bye.
Where were you? Hey, it's forever fuck ICE. Forever fuck a kidnapper who want to go out here.
Bye.
Steal children.
Bye.
Can't even hear you.
That's hard-working people paying in charge of my.
Oh my God, his name is Jolly Good Ginger. That's perfect. I called him a ginger.
Serious?
It's perfect.
You're paying into the fucking account.
We're not leaving until this military occupation of America ends.
Okay, then you're going to lose some weight finally. Here's the thing is that's an insurrection.
I would love for you to stay after dark.
Right. Here is, listen to this. This is so great. Listen, you guys, I understand you were all clerks in the military and your pogues. I get it. I know you guys probably didn't see any action. But the fact that your uniform still fits, that says a lot. Here's the bit. Look at this. Veterans to Union Station, and literally nobody showed.
All power to the people.
Power to the people.
What
All right, we're here. We're here. Union Station. Show up.
Nobody showed up. Nobody cares. People are actually happy that Donald Trump has put the military and the presence there in Washington, D.C. It's getting cleaned up. 2 blocks away from the outer perimeter fence of the White House is a absolute shithole, crime-ridden place. It literally looks like something out of Training Day with Denzel Washington, okay? They're flipping pigeons when the Secret Service goes by. I mean, folks, Washington, D.C. sucks. And when I say sucks, I would rather go to Baltimore and Philadelphia at 3 a.m. than go to Washington, D.C. That is the absolute truth. The absolute truth. Because it is a concrete jungle with no haven in D.C. It is a trap. It is a swamp. There's one way out and one way in Washington, D.C. It is a hellhole, and I hate it, and I can't stand it. And give me a break. Give me a break. Freaking Jolly Roger Ginger. Here's Jamie Raskin who wants to talk about crime. And he says, essentially, crime's always been a part of our history. So these liberals,
he got his hair back.
Yeah.
He's
no
not wearing his
do-rag.
do-rag.
No do-rag. No cancer sympathy points tonight for him. 238.62, folks. Listen, we've got 10 minutes to hit goal. 10 minutes. We want to stay a little longer. Help us out. Here we go.
And the military is not supposed to be used for ordinary law enforcement purposes. In D.C., he was talking about cleaning up the graffiti.
Did you just call law enforcement ordinary? I will be honest, I will take one Leo over 1,000 of you any day of the week.
And, dealing with the blight of homelessness, which are obviously local, not federal issues. And he's trying to militarize our society, intimidate his political opponents. The whole idea of picking cities based on their partisan leadership is absurd. I mean, there are lots of Republican cities and towns struggling with crime. Everybody is across the country. Always. Crime has always been part of our history. And yet crime is down. In D.C., for example, it's at a 30-year low. It's down in Baltimore. It's down in Chicago. But the point is that in our system of federalism, the different branches of government and the different departments of government are supposed to work together. If Donald Trump thinks he's got some great ideas for Chicago or Miami or Houston, Texas or whatever, he should call a summit for the White House and say, hey, here's some ideas where the feds can work together with states and localities, not have a series of rolling National Guard invasions of people's cities.
He's done that, and all of the Democratic cities and Democratic states, the governors and mayors have told him to F off and stay out of their city. So he tried that. Thank you for playing Mr. Raskin.
You leave two
Raskin's
and rocking the chick.
You know what? The fact that my wife literally just emasculated you, I'm just going to let her win on that one. Jamie Raskin. My wife is more of a man than you are. As far as you know. Cracker Barrel believes that the peg game was woke. Oh my God. This isn't a joke. Listen, they just changed their label and now it's all coming out. They removed all their DEI supporting companies off their website today. So there was like 17 listed of all their DEI support groups that they had. Well, people are going to they are going to turn and burn people. They've already let go of a tier marketer. The CEO is going to go. They have to reinstill
that blonde chick with the glasses.
No, they're all. That's the VP of marketing. Okay. But they're all gone. Like she's the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. They're all getting turned. The entire executive management. They have to restore faith in the company, and so they are making mid-level decisions and changes right now. And then they're going to fire all of them in 6 months when nobody's watching. They'll give them a golden parachute, but it's my understanding that they've invested almost $700 million in these renovations. And now they're going to have to go back and fix it all. Folks, it's not cheap to renovate thousands of stores. It's not cheap at all. And I've done it with 2 different companies. We did it with all of our Xfinity locations in NBC Comcast, which was incredibly difficult. We did it with all of our Game Crazies. It's not an easy thing. It's very expensive, and it's a lot of damn money, okay? Here is Cracker Barrel making a new woke change to the peg game. Listen, this show is just going to make you hate Cracker Barrel. We already had 2 videos that saw almost 3.5 million people saw it. We single-handedly are destroying Cracker Barrel. We want a Cracker Barrel in our town, the old way, dark, murky, and full of Jim Crow memorabilia. Get it here now. Here's your video. Would you go back, Liv? Would you go back?
To Cracker Barrel, as long as it's the old Cracker Barrel.
I agree. Here we go.
You're a genius. If you leave 2, you're pretty smart. If you leave 3, you're just plain dumb. And if you leave 4, you're more than just a plain ignoramus.
All right. Do you remember who was always the best at that game?
You.
Thank you.
Now that was the original.
That's the offensive version.
Now what's
Right.
about
Now they changed
They
it.
cleaned it up. Yeah, so you won't be as
The
offended.
new
by
one says if you leave only one, you're a genius. If you leave two and the rocking chair, but not the game. Wait, if leave two and rocking the chair, but not the game. Okay, you're rocking the chair, but you're not rocking the game. Leave three or more, no reason to be embarrassed. Try again.
They misspelled embarrassed.
Which is embarrassing.
Which is embarrassing.
That is seriously. You broke what you were trying to fix that didn't need repair.
You would think that they would have taken a look at Budweiser and Target and some of the other companies that totally went woke nationally and got their asses handed to them and they had to go back to the old way. You think they would have looked at that and maybe taken that as an example? A thought?
It's kind of funny. I was wondering why Mike Lynch wasn't on the podcast anymore, and now I know. Mike says, still though, 2 weeks ago, nobody was talking about Cracker Barrel for the last 30 years. All of a sudden they are now. So was it really a bad marketing scheme?
Yes.
Mike, go look up their stock and then get back to me.
And how much money they are going to have to put into it to get everything back to the way it was.
No, but the old adage that all attention, even negative attention, is good attention, not in this case. They had a silent following that went there every day to get the same food, and they made billions. Billions.
We hate waiting at restaurants. We would wait for an hour to get a seat because we would go on Sundays with my mom in Albuquerque.
And Mike, I was just hitting you because Tommy Cawthon did about the podcast thing. He's like, touche. Dude, not all press is good press. Okay, that adage is a complete lie in marketing. If you lose profit share and revenue and decrease your margin based upon a marketing scheme, that's not good press. It's not. Now, a good thing would be if Cracker Barrel came out and said something like, International House of Pancakes and Denny's has a new special. Cracker Barrel, we don't do specials. And then, Denny's, it's kind of like the Wendy's thing, how Wendy's went after Burger King and McDonald's on TikTok and our Twitter. And then they got in this rival and just Wendy's kept smashing their face into the dirt. And that was good press. And if you're a McDonald's fan, you were like, oh, Wendy's sucks. But there was some negative stuff, but overall, that's a good marketing ploy. Target putting in gender affirming crotches in their swimsuits is not good press. It literally killed Target. It destroyed Target. So no, this is not good press. This is like Bud Light isn't good press doing Dylan Mulvaney. Now, their attempt was to modernize it and make it more relevant in today's world and try to expand their market share. Your competitors were IHOP and Denny's. Denny's and IHOP went through a remodel like 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. Denny's went through it around, I don't know, when we were in Bakersfield. So 10 years ago. So a decade ago, Denny's went through a remodel. 20 years ago, IHOP went, and now they're the exact same. Don't you remember when IHOP tried to do B-Hop Burgers, International House of Burgers? Do you guys remember this? IHOP?
Yep.
And whatever.
It flopped.
Everybody's just like, fuck you. What are we going to do? Put syrup on burgers? No, folks. Let us explain. And if you have to explain your marketing ploy, you're an idiot. So, no. I love the new Bud Light with Dylan Mulvaney can. Sending it to Matt. Send it to me, please. I forgot that I was bringing a marketing opinion to a man who literally built his own company from scratch. This is why it's not that. You can have an opinion. It's not. People are talking about Cracker Barrel, but they're talking about how they will never eat there again. And if it was the last place on earth to find sustenance, that they would starve.
Yeah, if we went to the Cracker Barrel, like when we go this weekend to VB, one of our things whenever we travel is we stop at a Cracker Barrel for lunch.
Truth.
And if we stop at that Cracker Barrel and it's the remodeled, I'm walking right back out and going to another restaurant. I won't, because God knows what they've done to the menu. I want my old Cracker Barrel, and I want my ass to gain 10 pounds after I eat there because my lunch is going to be 3,000 calories. I will do it.
I want that too. It's 9 o'clock. Do we get to leave?
Mm-hmm.
Nope, we didn't hit it, did we?
Nope.
Even after we came back.
Even after I came in on a day I normally don't come in on.
How did we miss it?
I don't know.
That's such a bummer. Well, I guess one and done. We got to finish it. Oh yeah, let's do Cenk Uyghur. I got to give my boy Maze some credit. I don't know Maze. I don't know anything about him. But if you go to @MazeMoore, Moore, this guy makes great cuts.
Maze.
Maze, yeah. That would be Maz. Maze. Makes some great cuts. Mike says, should I call in and play Trump? No. If it somehow is going to raise $31, sure. Nope, Melanie, can't do it. We can't do it. I'm sorry. I appreciate you doing that, but we got to do it here. It can't always be the same people. It can't always be the same people. Here is the Young Turks. We'll end on this tonight. And this is a good
MAGA
one.
and Trump guys are always going to cry.
So this is Cenk Uyghur, our friend who looks like he ate the Jolly Ginger guy. He told MAGA to stop crying when Mar-a-Lago was raided, that it was, legitimate, and stop being babies. Well, he has a different tune now that it's his good friend, John Bolton. Liberals, you guys are so desperate that you're defending John Warhawk Bolton. You guys hate John Bolton, but now he's a friend. You know what they need to do? Somebody, like anybody, Donald Trump needs to go out there and criticize Nick Fuentes so the left embrace Nick Fuentes. It's amazing. Anytime Donald Trump says anything positive about anybody, this happens. Here it is. Melanie, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Mike, we're watching a video. Hold on, buddy. We're watching a video.
And Trump guys are always going to cry. They cry by nature. If you say hi to them, you didn't say Merry Christmas. Right. So just ignore them. Just do your goddamn job. And the reason why, overall, again, I'm happy that it went to this guy is because this guy's a super serious prosecutor. He seems like a very serious prosecutor. And so a neutral, impartial, everybody attests to it for whatever it's worth. The documents case is the easiest case in the whole wide world. If Jack Smith can't get that done, that means that's it. There's no prosecutor in America that has any kind of testicular fortitude. None, zero. Look, if you're MAGA, it's some.
Thank you, CJ, donate 2110. Did we just hit it?
Yes.
Did you put another one in?
I'm doing it right now.
But then why is it up to 311?
I don't know. Let me look.
You put it in twice.
It had to have. Let me look.
Just do this. Subtract the 2110 from that total up there from Bobby and give Bobby verbal credit.
It went up.
Okay.
Okay.
So just do this. Just take 2110 from that. You don't need to really live.
Mm-hmm.
It's $21.59, honey. $20.59.
I don't do math.
Okay, don't yell at me.
I don't do math.
2059 from Bobby, but in the comments put that it was 4169. Okay?
Okay.
She's fixing this. Here's the rest.
Point, you got to make up your mind, right? So, oh my God.
He's literally wearing the same thing. And he's just as fat.
I can't believe you'd go in and see if you could find classified documents by raiding someone's home like Mar-a-Lago. And now you switch to, it's awesome when you raid someone's home to see if you could find classified documents.
Bobby Richardson donated $41.69. Thank you, Bobby.
Sorry.
It's not $20.59. And who donated before?
It was CJ Jenkins.
CJ Jenkins, thank you so much.
I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't. I didn't hit the button twice. It every once in a while just does it twice because it's.
It doesn't matter. 332.51 is where we're at. We appreciate it. Here's the rest of the video.
From a government official. So which one is it? It's just, come on. But as we all know, some folks are hopeless. They're blinded by certain things and they can't see straight. When you have an enemies list and then you try to find a crime to get that political enemy, well, that's just the worst thing you could do. I mean, that's a total frontal attack on our democracy and our constitutional system. It's not about John Bolton's policies, which we can't stand. It's not about John Bolton as a person that we can't stand. It's about whether we're going to protect his rights. And we have to protect his rights, otherwise we're taking away everyone.
It was a legal search warrant, you dipshit. It had to be signed off by a judge. I thought federal judges are the latest and greatest craze. We can't question judges. All judges are omnipotent. I am going to shove this down your fat gullet every single day when you find out what they were really going after Bolton for. And when you find out Donald Trump is going to play you idiots like a fiddle yet again. You guys, this is going to be a 93.7 issue. The only people who are going to go ahead and support Bolton are the people who literally stick their boogers under the seat and come back for seconds 30 days later. You idiots just walk into his trap every single time. And this isn't 4D chess. Trump is literally just throwing it out there. And you guys, every piece of bait he throws out, you hit it. You don't even know why you do it anymore. You're just like, oh, look, it's bait. Oh, that has a hook in it. Well, let's do it again. And just keep doing it over and over and over. And this isn't take a mastermind. All he's going to do is chum the water. And you idiots come like it's a dinner bell every time. I'm going to shove this down your throat for the rest of your life, Sink.
I can't not look at a picture of Bolton without seeing a walrus now.
I told you.
I am.
It
reminds me of Adam from...
my name is John Bolton.
Yeah. You know what? When I'm having a really, really bad day and I just need to make myself feel better, I like to pull up a video clip of Cenk Uyghur losing his almighty loving shit when freaking Clinton lost the 2016 election. It is probably the best thing ever.
And laugh at slaughter of innocent people. But okay, Constantine.
When you laugh at a genocide, you are by definition a monster. So don't tell me about any of this crap. And
hold on, I'll find it.
Oh my gosh, it's the best. I mean, seriously. The first time you showed it to me, I watched it over and over and laughed every stinking
Don't you remember from
time.
Bakersfield when we were coming back from Disneyland on the election?
Yeah.
And he melted down there. And he just literally could not.
Yep, that was it.
I know it was. I don't want to watch 26 minutes of it though.
Oh.
I want to look for the short.
The short version.
But don't you remember that? That was all we could get tuned in, and we were watching it.
Oh yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, because if you don't know, Election Day is one of the best times to go to Disneyland. So is Labor Day.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
It's very worth the wait. It's hilarious.
That was 2024. No, too long, too short. Come on. We put this on the show so many times. It's the best meltdown ever.
It is.
I had one for 6 minutes, actually. I should have played that one. At least got most of it on.
Oh, yeah. It's freaking funny.
All right, let me go back. Call that out, Liv.
Thank you, Lisa Oriana, I think. $31. Appreciate it. Always a great show.
Orellana.
It's 2 L's, which would make it yeah.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you would know. You're a beaner. So don't that wasn't racist, by the way. It's pure entertainment watching Young Turks cover the 2016 president.
The idea of Donald Trump beating the person who could be the first female president.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
it doesn't get any worse than that.
Right, that's right.
And as I was waiting in line, there were two older white guys. They're behind me, and in the span of 5 minutes, they badmouth Latinos loudly and very transparently. Badmouth Latinos, Muslims, and black people, okay? And I just couldn't take it anymore.
Way before he ran this time around, and he broke us on that, to be fair.
Look, this election's over, okay? Trump cannot win. He can't win for a number of reasons. I mean, putting aside his xenophobia, racism, sexism, and all that.
God, this was such a great time in our history. Why we didn't start a podcast in 16, I don't know.
I mean, in terms of the...
we had the nerd fap. We should have done it.
It's always going to be kind of close, but the electoral vote won't be close at all. I think he's going to win by, I think Hillary will have 320 electoral votes when it's all said and done, plus or minus 5.
It's an important one, less than 1%. I'm sorry, that one actually not less than 1%, that 1%. 1% of the precincts, 53-41, though.
Disaster.
Okay, the mood has immediately changed.
And in fact, Trump is now taking the lead.
He's taking the lead.
Wait, where?
In Florida.
Okay.
And so, come on, stop doing this every 2 seconds. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
start
agree.
Killing ourselves.
Virginia, 10% reporting.
Okay, hold on, buckle up.
54-41.
Trump.
Yeah.
See, let me explain something. Voting is like the Matrix, and only a few people can read it. You know, that you can look at it, but it's like Chinese speaking Mandarin and reading music for a piano. It's not only a select few can do it. And I am like, when they're saying these numbers, I know what it means because I'm seeing the population shifts in these states. And a 10% in Virginia is a real big bellwether of how it's going to fall because Virginians inherently vote early. So you can tell what's going to happen in Virginia. That's how I know we lost it in 2020. And I knew that we did better in 2024. These little indicators. So Senk is at least smart enough to know that somebody's whispering his ear and saying, this is bad.
No.
161,000, 123,000.
No, it got quiet in here the minute we started reporting these real results.
Yep.
And
Elizabeth says, it wasn't your time, Matthew. I don't know what that means.
Why we didn't start a podcast.
Oh, it should have been our time. 2016 would have been awesome. I would have loved it.
If that continues, there is going to be a Paul in here.
I don't even want. I mean, I think.
Where are you?
I will cry. I will literally cry.
She's so pretty for a nut job.
Okay, Virginia. God damn it. It's 77% reporting. Still a 5-point lead for Trump.
You should have known it was over right there. Like the moment that I heard, Olivia and I went to that gas station and this guy comes out and goes, "Did you hear? Trump's winning." And I said, "Where's Virginia at?" And he's like, "I think he won." And I'm like, Olivia, turn on the fucking radio right now. If he won Virginia, this election is over.
Did he win Virginia in 2016?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Florida, 76 plus early voting reporting. 49-48 holding steady for Trump.
The lead in North Carolina has essentially completely evaporated.
She went to cry, didn't she?
Ohio, gone. 49-47, Trump now leading. He's got a 2-point lead with 30% reporting. God damn it, if we need Florida, are you shitting me? More bad news. Ohio, now he has built.
Maybe he didn't win Virginia.
37% reporting.
No, he didn't win Virginia, but he was leading in Virginia until like the last minute. That's what it was. So here is, that's what it was. So he lost Virginia. I think it was the Carolinas. It was one of them. But either way, he had really strong result in Virginia and still lost it. I think he lost it by 3 or 4%. It was close. But once he picked up the Carolinas and he got Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, I mean, it was over. It was over. There was no electoral map for him to win.
5. North Carolina, he's now taking a 1% lead with 36% plus early voting in. Wow. New Hampshire, 16% reporting, and the lead is down for Hillary Clinton down to 3 points. Okay, I don't see a fucking landslide here. I don't see it at all.
New Hampshire has been totally tied up, 100% tied
Oh,
up. 64, 200 votes for Clinton.
Jesus Christ. It is fucking panic time. New Hampshire has flipped. He's now leading 48-47. So he's leading in Florida, Virginia, New Hampshire, North Carolina, and Ohio is now an 8-point lead for Trump
they're gonna call
with 42% reporting. So Ohio is gone and soon to be gone. Tick, 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 tick. You're running out of votes to count.
The New York Times forecast of who's likely to win. Donald Trump, now the favorite to win the presidency, 51%.
Jesus. This is the most haunting thing I have ever had, we've ever had on the Young Turk.
So, yeah, I think it was like 4.5%, 5% is what he lost Virginia by, which is kind of fishy when you think about it because they are an early voting. Usually the Democrats come out early. I'm surprised he lost Virginia. Virginia is going to need, we have got to win the governor's seat. Winsome Sears needs to get back a hold of us. We have got to get her on the show. She should do consecutive sit-downs on the show.
Oh, you guys are worried about nothing. Yeah, good luck with that shit, okay? We're not doing that. Okay, here's the list of corporate donors. Okay, this is what the Democratic Party is going to do with corporate donors from now on. Now she's losing Pennsylvania, and it's 98% reporting, and he's got a 0.8% lead. So, John, go ahead.
Elizabeth, if you would have watched the Don't Unfriend Me show in 2020, I told you that when you went to bed, that when you woke up in the morning, that you were going to be very disappointed. And the funny thing is people don't remember, but in 2020, they told us weeks ahead of time that mail-in ballots were the most that they had ever seen. They told us that they cheated. They told us that it was an absolute unconstitutional election with mail-in ballots. We all knew. I told you on the show. I said he is not going to maintain an 11% lead when they haven't counted the mail-in ballots. Folks, Democrats mail in. And when we found out that they went ahead and pushed 50 million mail-in ballots, we knew two things were going to take place. It's going to be the biggest election of all time, which it was. And it was also going to be a shit ton of mail-in ballots in the swing states, in the blue, democratically heavily areas, which it was, where we saw 90-10 splits. You didn't see 90-10 splits in elections ever. Mondale and Reagan wasn't 90-10 splits. If you would have watched my show, we told you. We told you what was going to happen. And it happened. Folks, one more. And then we're gonna skedaddle. We want to thank you for pushing us into overtime tonight. It felt great. We are going to give you Joe Scarborough and John Scarborough. He eviscerated Chicago's mayor by asking him 5 times a simple question, and he couldn't answer, and he would not answer. And the reason why is because these politicians are so afraid to answer a question honestly. They have to use their spin. They are so freaking terrified. That's what I love about Trump. That's what's refreshing. He doesn't check what he says. He just says it, even when he's told not to. And you may not like it, but at least it's honest. This is a perfect example. Chicago, how many mayors can they go through? This is literally Lori Lightfoot's brother. They are exactly the same. There's no difference. Listen to him. And Olivia, we want your opinion on this too, and then we're going to get out of here.
Would you also like to get federal funding to help put 5,000 more cops on the street in Chicago? Would that help drive down crime?
Well, look, policing by itself is not the full strategy.
No, I understand that. You've talked about the other things you want, and I said those are good and important programs, but I'm asking also, would 5,000 more police officers on the street in Chicago be helpful to go along with all of those social programs that a lot of cities are engaging in and having success with?
Well, look, here's the best way I can put it, Joe, is that in the 90s when I was in high school, we had 3,000 more police officers and we had 900 people being murdered every single year in Chicago. It's just not policing alone. Of course, we want more detectives.
I know it's not policing alone, but I know it's not policing alone. You've told me everything else you want. I'm curious, and this does come down to an ideological difference between people. Do you believe that the streets of Chicago would be safer if there were more uniformed police officers on the streets of Chicago?
Just answer.
I believe the city of Chicago and cities across America would be safer if we actually had, affordable housing. Look,
Okay,
I'm
but
not
that's
saying
not,
that
that's
we
not
don't.
the question I asked. My question.
What? It would be safer if we had a place for criminals to go home to.
And I just need a yes or a no. Do you believe the streets of Chicago would be safer if you got all of those other extraordinary programs put?
Look at Bushka Mabushka over here, his wife. She's looking at him like, I love it when you talk down to guests.
Back into place, which do have a history of being successful. If that's complemented by having 5,000 more cops on the streets of Chicago.
I don't believe that we should narrow it down to just police officers, Joe, is what I'm saying. That is an antiquated approach. I'm saying we've invested in detectives.
Mr. Mayor, are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm agreeing with you that all of these other social programs are extraordinarily important. I just need a yes or a no. And
just
then
answer
the last
question.
Time I ask, if you get all of those other social programs that 800 million that New York City does, Los Angeles, other people do with great success, would an additional 5,000 cops on the streets in Chicago help complement those programs to make Chicago safer?
Look, we are working hard to make sure that our police department is fully supported. I don't believe that just simply putting out an arbitrary number around police officers is the answer. What I'm saying is policing and affordable housing. It's policing and mental and behavioral health care services. It's policing and youth employment. It's a full package. Of course, we want to make sure that our police department is fully supported. That's why I've invested in our Detectives Bureau, because what we have seen in the city of Chicago, when we solve crime, it acts and serves as a deterrent. It's policing and all of the other efforts that we're doing.
Ask him the following question, just to make sure we have a barometer test here. Can you please answer yes or no? Do black people need reparations? You know what he would say? Yes. So you do know how to answer a yes or no question. You are capable. Give me a break.
Here's the last thing that I'll say to that. The federal government could work stronger to coordinate with my police department to get guns off the streets of Chicago. We've seen these coordination efforts work. Just a couple of weeks ago, the ATF working with my police department, we removed over 150 guns off the streets of Chicago that were trafficked in through Mississippi and Indiana. No one is saying that police officers don't play an incredible role in driving safety. They play an absolute pivotal role in that. But we have asked law enforcement to do too much. Police officers are being asked to be social workers, counselors. What I'm simply saying is, if we're going to build safe and affordable cities across America, the one thing that safe communities all have in common, they invest.
Listen to Joe. He's sighing. Like he's literally heavy is the crown. He's just like, fuck, dude, shut up. You're like Alaskan birds. Like chirp. Chirp, son, go down. Go down. I just want to rest. I don't want to chirp anymore.
In people.
Set, you fucking son.
We have a poverty issue in the city of Chicago and cities across America. Police officers alone will not put food on the table. Police officers alone will not guarantee a high quality education. Police officers alone won't drive down unemployment. We need all of it. The President of the United States of America and the federal government could restore Medicaid. They could restore SNAP. They could stop defunding our public education system. Here's the most important point here. Justice Brandeis, over 100 years ago, the first Jew.
What does this matter? Dude, I could debate him and win.
The most wonderful tool that a host has is the mute button. Just push it and be like, listen, answer yes or no, or you're off the show. Just answer the question. I have respectfully asked you 5 times, dude. 5, and you will not answer my question. I don't need a dissertation. I don't need a thesis. I just need a yes or no. Do you feel more police in your city will help you lower crime? Yes or no? But he won't say no, because that puts them in the 93/7 category. It puts them well past an 80-20. Liv, is Donald Trump this smart Or is it just that they're just this damn dumb?
It's a combination of both. They're just dumb. And they're playing into his hands. Donald Trump is smart enough to realize that everything he says, they go against. So now he's playing it and he's making them look like asshats because they're defending stuff that they shouldn't be defending, like criminals. And the people are going to see this. And if they continue on this path, Trump is ensuring winning in 26.
So I got to say this comment from Sandy Season. Now, Sandy, I'm going to pick this apart. Okay. So don't take it personal. You have a right to your opinion and I respect that, but I'm going to just lay some facts down. Affordable housing can create mental stability. Everyone needs to feel safe to heal and build a foundation of family, even if it's coming from drug addiction or some trauma. People need a place to feel safe from the streets. Not everyone can make a decent living. Okay, that's fine. So just to make sure we understand each other, you believe that affordable housing is important for people to have a stable lifestyle, to take pride in something, to have a conducive foundation to build on. I couldn't agree more. So are we saying that all the crime in Chicago is being perpetrated by the homeless? I don't think you are. And I'm not that naive. So I know you're not saying that. Is some of it? Sure. What percentage do we think that is? Nominal, slim, barely any. Fair enough. Okay. A lot of homeless don't create crime. A lot of homeless do drugs. A lot of homeless panhandle. A lot of homeless are vagrants. Those are true. But a shit ton of crime by the homeless is not necessarily the case. But there is a very large contingency of people who live in the inner city who do not have a safe environment and a home-based environment, right? Because it's a fatherless home. A lot of them have multiple kids. They're in the barrio. They're in the ghetto. All of that's true. Okay, great. So that's true. But here's the question. How much did Chicago give to illegal immigrants last year, Liv?
Not a clue, but
I
can find out.
do know, but I want the facts. Find out. I want the facts. And if that money is larger than what they're asking for the federal government for all of these programs, then Chicago is responsible and housing has nothing to do with the problem because they have enough money to handle it themselves. If they are a sanctuary city, number one, and number two, how much money did they give to illegals last year? Go. Did you find it? Just yell at ChatGPT. I said how much money. Just answer the question. Say that to ChatGPT. You just need to handle it like a bitch.
ChatGPT. I said how much money.
Yep, that's it. Just tell me the answer. Because it's a liberal machine, and it will get to you. It will respect you if you just yell at it and treat it like shit. Give me the answer.
Apparently he doesn't respect me. You find out. Just
keep looking, quickly. I don't want to put out the wrong number. And I believe I have the answer. That's correct. $166 million out of a $16 billion budget. So 1% of their budget went to illegals. Illegal immigrants are not the whole to blame. Those programs that he said that are essential, $156 million could have went to that. Now, would you like me to go ahead and tell you how much went to insurance? How much went to actually subsidies from the government for fraud, for WIC, for EBT, for healthcare? How much went into investing into programs that didn't benefit the inner city, but and helped overall other companies or helped third-party influencers who doesn't directly benefit Chicago? How much was in waste? How much was in fraud? How much was in abuse? If you do a collective audit on Chicago, it's one of the most wasteful cities in America. You can provide for yourself, but you choose not to. You choose to invest in things that your constituents don't need. And you keep the inner cities completely deprived of what it needs more than anything, which are jobs, which are need subsidies for these companies to come in and build in the impoverished areas. And you don't give your constituents the ability to find good jobs, to find affordable housing, because there isn't any. Chicago could make a choice. Chicago could invest in the inner cities. They choose not to. So who's to blame? Chicago and Democrats. That's who's to blame, because they've run that city for 78 years. There's no one else to blame. Democratic policies has recreated this model in every major city across America. I'm going to show you a graphic. See,
Happy birthday, Chef Lady from
yes,
YouTube.
happy frickin' birthday. I had this graphic up earlier today. Here you go. St. Louis, Detroit, Memphis, Baltimore, Cleveland, Washington, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Chicago, Oakland, Milwaukee, Albuquerque, Kansas City, Missouri, Birmingham, Alabama. Look at the death rates. 14%, 14.9, 15.8, 16.6, 17.1, 18.3, 24.8, 25.3, 26.7, 27.4, 40%, 45%, 45%, 49%, 69% violent crime per 100,000. Each major political party, Democrat. You can do that 47 more times. You can do that 47 more times. If you look at the top 65, if you look at the top 50, if you look at the top 35, you look at the top 75, doesn't matter. Cities in America, Democrats own it. Over 85% of those cities are Democrat ran. Now, don't sit here and tell me that Donald Trump going into those cities is because of black mayors, because there's 11 black mayors, there's one Asian mayor, and the rest are white. It doesn't have anything to do with being black. It has to do that you're a Democrat city and you completely destroy the neighborhoods that you have controlled. All right, who wants to talk? You got 1 minute, and then we got to go.
Hey, Matt, it's Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Look up a website called Hey Jackass.
I've seen it.
And look at the numbers for Chicago.
I've seen it.
It'll give you a specific breakdown of everything that goes on there. I saw it today.
Yep.
And I was blown away.
Yeah, well, Izzo used to show it all the time, and I've been to it. I mean, listen, there were 6 major shootings in Chicago yesterday alone. So are we supposed to support now the military on the streets of all these cities? Why? They're going to get paid anyway. Why not? Sandy, why shouldn't we support the military? Why shouldn't we? The National Guard is utilized to protect the state. During crisis, during martial law, during breakdown of infrastructure, water, electricity, during a hurricane, a fire, a tornado, an earthquake, National Guard is utilized all the time. Is this not a national emergency? Do you believe that 60,000 black youth being murdered isn't a national emergency? Do you believe that having the 1930s, 1940s, since all these Democrat cities have been running, isn't a national emergency? Do we not believe that 16.1% of the population is responsible for 52% of the crime in the United States is not a big deal when proportionally the next largest group is white and they are 63% of the entire U.S. population and do 49% of the crime? I think that's an emergency. I think we are losing an entire generation of black youth. And it's not just one generation now. This is a generational problem. You're talking 5 or 6 generations of blacks who are completely being wiped out from genocide. It is literally black on black crime that's killing black people. It has nothing to do with cops. It has nothing to do with white people. It has to do with democratic policies and their lack of protecting these neighborhoods. Frank,
I agree.
Frank, you got 1 minute, brother.
Man, you know what? I'm torn between what Trump is doing. I understand it in D.C. because that is federal. But as far as Chicago or New York, Los Angeles, I don't know. I will say this. Send them in, bring it down like you did in Washington, D.C., and then immediately turn it over and let the cities take care of it. Do whatever you have to do to back them up, but let the cities take care of their own. And if they don't, then we know what the problem is. It's not like we don't know what it is now, but that will just instill it even more.
Do you
in-
know that
in
the
our
Democrats were complaining today when the National Guard was picking up trash? Not only do you show that none of you served in the military, we picked up trash plenty of times. We cleaned toilets. We would rehab neighborhoods. We would build park benches. We would go ahead and get graffiti off the wall. We did things in our communities to help our communities. I don't care whether I was in Japan. I don't care whether it was in San Diego. I don't care whether it was in Virginia. We always help the communities, and that's what the military does. To say picking up trash isn't what we do, you know what? I would rather have them picking up trash than people leave the trash for 70 years. I would rather have us shut down crime instead of leave the crime for 70 years. I'd rather have them sweep up the needles and the feces and the shit and get the homeless off the street than leave them there for another 70 years. This is the disconnect, and why the Democrats always lose every fucking always is because they are ineffective at ensuring that the American citizens are represented. They only care about having their voting harvesting black people and minorities continue to vote Democrat in perpetuity. They don't give a shit if they die because they know generations of them will be replaced. They don't care. You keep asking the question, Sandy, what the problem is. It's fucking liberals. That's the problem. Sandy, I'm not cussing at you. I'm cussing at the situation. It's liberals. That is the only commonality in all of these cities. It's not black crime. It's not brown crime. It's not Asian crime. It is Democrat policy. That is the truth, because the numbers don't lie.
Only Democrats.
Yeah. And you know what? There are plenty of Republican cities that need help. We understand that. But you know what they say? Well, Oklahoma, West Virginia, but look at Tulsa. Look how they vote.
I'll tell you what. I'm with you on 100%. I think you hit the nail right on the head. It is just, you look at all the shit that's going on, it's the Democrat cities.
Not only that, Frank, Sandy says that's the issue. People have fallen away from helping each other. It's not left or right. It's about the community caring. I don't have one homeless person who lives in my town. Not one. Not one. I don't have one homeless person who lives in the town down the road, the town up the road, and also across the way. We don't have a homeless problem here. It's not that the communities don't care. It's that they have bred a culture of violence and glorification of gang violence, drug use, and peddling for bling. That hoes are more important than mothers. That drugs and bling bling and gold are more apparent than are more popular and more important than the patriarch and the matriarch. That getting the block owned by your crew is more important than a high school diploma or not getting convicted of a crime under the age of 18. They have glorified this, and this is perpetuated by blaming the white man for all of the issues versus blaming the person who is white, who is black, who is brown, but has something in front of their name other than their color, which is their political party. That is the commonality. You don't see this in Republican cities. You just don't see it. And we can sit here and pretend that we do. We don't. Because name the city. Name the city that is crime-ridden and has abandoned the barrios and the hoods. Name that city for me.
I can't.
No, you can't.
No, you're spot on. You know, we could have this discussion for hours, and I could go back to Gloria Steinem and the CIA and the OSS and all the things that have brought us to this point.
The crack epidemic.
Exactly. And you know what that was all about. So, you know, like I said, we could have this discussion all night long. It's not going to solve anything, but at least it brings out into reality what the problems are. And maybe if people start having discussions with each other and reeling in the reality, maybe there's hope for our country. I pray to God there is. I love you guys.
Love you, Frankie.
Sorry
Thanks, Frankie,
for your time.
You're the best.
Olivia, you look beautiful tonight. Matt, I love you to death.
Love you, buddy.
Guys.
You're the best. Listen, Sandy Season, I love you. And I appreciate you standing. I think what you're trying to say, tell me if I'm wrong. There's one other thing. There is only one other party that has repudiated the family unit by using abortion to literally obliterate the black community through eugenics. And this was perpetrated by the Democrat Party. This was perpetrated through eugenics and the Planned Parenthood. This is the modern day slave plantations. And the only other party that has destroyed the faith community, black people, there were two things they were known for: their faith in Jesus Christ, our God, our Lord and Savior, and Christ is King, and family. These were the two most paramount things in the black community. I had never seen it, whether it was in the South, whether it was in Los Angeles, or whether it was in Beverly Hills. The community of family and God were two of the most important things, and they have literally eradicated it out of the black families. You ask the question, I think what you're trying to say is compassion, humanity, kindness, love, and respect. There's only one party that has literally destroyed that in the inner city communities, and it's not Republicans, because those are our values, family values and Christ. Christianity, freedoms, the Constitution of the United States, helping your fellow man. And if you don't believe it, go to any small town and you'll see it. We see it here. We see it everywhere. I appreciate your courage to argue with me. You did just fine. I'm proud of you. Debbie says, I live in Colorado and 5 years in Chicago, Denver, where Colorado Springs. They hide illegals in the mountain ski towns. Liberals, bastard liberals. Yes,
Thank
Debbie.
you, Paul Rivera. He said this overtime conversation deserves a little more. Good
Thank
show.
you, Paul.
Thank
Debbie,
you, Paul.
we're from Colorado. We hate that our state is gone. We know. And Sandy, I love you and appreciate you. You're expressing yourself just fine. You did a great job. And I appreciate you actually challenging. Call in next time. And I know you're not arguing with me. I know you're trying to bring a different perspective. Yes, there is an inherent root problem in this country, and it's the abandonment of the African-American community. And they started with Jim Crow. They started with slavery. They started with the Tuskegee experiments, and it's moved in from civil rights, and it's moved into the Great Society, and now it is here with the modern-day slave plantations. It's the one thing Candace Owens should have still be talking about instead of hating Jews, and she would be the most relevant conservative in modern history. She abandoned the one thing that she had, and she should have kept driving it home. She had the platform. She had the platform, and she surrendered it. I won't. I'm going to call a spade a spade. That's not racist. Livy, thanks for letting us go into overtime. We needed it tonight. Thanks for staying extra. I'll solo tomorrow so you can have the night off, and I'll go treat you to a foot rub and watching some 24. Does that sound good?
I will enjoy.
You look amazing tonight. Can I just say how beautiful you look?
Thank you.
You look absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Take us home. You got a minute.
Take us home. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for the donations. Really appreciate it. And sorry about the guests, but I'll see you guys on Friday.
I'll be running solo tomorrow. Thanks a lot for abandoning me. Want to say 384-61. You guys are amazing, and we appreciate you. No, Sandy, you're amazing. Yeah, listen, I have so many amazing listeners, and I love the fact that people don't take it personal. I'm not attacking you. I'm challenging the way we think of things. And there is just a clear indication of what's happening, and we need to call it out. Democrats have abandoned the inner cities, and they know it. And Donald Trump is exposing them. You know what's funny? We keep talking about the deep state. The deep state is never more ever present than it is in the inner cities. Because the deep state that truly matters are the one that steps on the constituents. And the inner cities do this more than anything. White people, we have it relatively easy compared to what black people go through in these inner cities. It is a death trap for these kids. And unless you've been there, and unless you've lived near it, and unless you've experienced it, it's not about racism. It is about literally having someone wrap a rope around your waist and trying to pull you underwater. Tens of thousands of black people a year. Tens of thousands. Think about that. Think about the people who die of violence and guns every single year. Look at the number. It's mainly blacks. That's all I got to say. Folks, thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me Show. See you tomorrow. We are live with me, myself, and I. Can't wait to see you guys. See you tomorrow. Please go by the site, like, share, and subscribe. Do all that. Go over to TikTok. Go over to Facebook. Go over to The Dumb Show Matt at Facebook, and also thedumbshow.com on TikTok. TikTok.com/thedumbshow.com. Please, we need to get those links. We'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.
Night, y'all.
See ya. Bye.
Adjusting transmitter output. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt.
Loretta, I'm glad you got your shirt. Enjoy it.
Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Come coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.